Hey you guys! So today we are looking at this, which is the BBC Doctor Who The Collection Season 2. Yes, this is the old days, the old black and white days. Oh yes, before you were born. This gentleman on the front is supposed to be William Hartnell. I don't think it's the best, it's not the worst, but doesn't quite, it looks a little bit more like, we'll Google Dick Emery. It looks more like him, who was an old TV comedian back in the 60s and 70s. I think he did a few films as well, but anyway. So anyway, yes, this. So I'm gonna do a little bit of review of the picture quality and things like that at the beginning, because I filmed this once already and forgot to do it. So this is Blu-ray. Obviously, these episodes were filmed back in the 60s. This was the second season back in 66 was when it started, wasn't it? So 67, so that's kind of time period. It probably tells you on the back. Yeah, anyway, this is from the early days. So the picture quality is the best that they could find, as it says somewhere on here. All 9 stories with picture and sound newly restored from the best available sources. So, best available. Some look crisp, some look a little faded. You're going to get what you get. And I understand that, and I think it's great that they've put this out on Blu-ray. I think that they've given it a chance. I hope we get more of the older black and white series. I would like a Troughton, just, I don't know. I think they're trying to stay away from the ones with missing stories. This is the most complete season. There's only one part of this which is more telesnaps sort of thing than full episodes. Sadly, Patrick Troughton's seasons seem to really suffer from the thing of not keeping them, but that, I guess we'll address that as it comes along. But this, I know because some people don't like the animated ones. I think it's just a nice opportunity to have to watch the animated ones. But anyway, what is it like quality? Well, like I said, the picture quality is good for its time. They have done the best they can. I'm watching this on a 4K TV, on a 4K player, so it's upscaling it a little bit more. So it looks okay. But you can see bits where you go, oh, yep, that's obviously from a different source, and that bit's this, and that's that. So, yeah. We're lucky to have what we've got. That's the best way to look at it. I will say, William Hartnell, his acting is... it's amazing that the cast got anywhere with it, because he fluffs nearly every scene. He fluffs a line or gets something wrong or does, and you can see there is a look of chaos in a lot of episodes. There's bits where you're like, oh, there he goes, and then he gets his words wrong. And I also did notice he does like a Yoda kind of thing. I don't know whether they based Yoda on him, but there is some of the vocal things and the is kind of just very, I just felt it was very Yoda. But anyway, yes. These are definitely worth watching, but be aware, it's fun just to watch him fluffing his lines a lot. He was 60-something at the time. He was a mature gentleman. So, yeah. Anyway, what is in here? We have Planet of the Giants, which I watched some of. It was the first story. It was originally going to be the first story ever, I believe. From the making of that's on here, which would have been interesting. It would have been more interesting than the Tribe of Gum, the Unearthly Child, because that story I've watched it twice and it is very hard work. Planet of the Giants is a lot more fun. There is Dalek Invasion of Earth, which of course is what they based the second of the Dalek movies on. It is very strange to watch that when you've watched the film so many times. I've watched the film I had it on video as a kid, I had it on DVD, I've now got it on 4K. I've even got it on 4K. I had it on Blu-ray, I've got it on 4K now. So yeah, I have watched that a lot. And it's very strange to watch Dalek Invasion because you can see the same story but different. And I will say they've redone some of the special effects in there with the flying swords, well, the Dalek ships, and they do look pretty cool. They do look more like the original movie versions, or the movie version, so you can see they've kind of mixed the two together. But it's still a fun story. It's still a fun story. It's just weird that it's got Ian and Barbara and, you know, Susan, because Susan's a very little girl in the movie version, where it's obviously the original cast in this. Anyway, The Rescue, I didn't watch all of that, but I watched some of the extras. The Romans, The Web Planet, and The Crusade. The Crusade is the only one that doesn't have all its parts. Obviously, there's 2 episodes missing. Space Museum's kind of fun. The Chase, obviously another Dalek story, which has Dracula and Frankenstein and that in it, which is fun, but I think it was a filler. This is a very long, I mean, the box set is very wide. It's a very long season. And then the wonderful Time Meddler, which is one of my favourites, with Peter Purvis in it as Stephen. It's great. I really do enjoy that one. So, yes. On the discs, it has In Conversation, 2 brand new interviews conducted by Anne Matthew Sweet, featuring William Russell and Maureen O'Brien. Behind the Sofas, an all-star lineup of Doctor Who companions watch from the classic season. They are not on every one. I think Planet of the Giants and I think either the Crusades or the Space Museum, a couple of them don't have Behind the Sofas on, which is a shame, but I suppose this is a long season. It would have taken them a long time to film. So, yeah. Flight Through Eternity, a full-length documentary looking back at the early years of Doctor Who. Pretty interesting. Collectibles documentary, that is also fun. It's great to see the toys that... And there are toys that I knew I could get as a kid that I really wanted that I didn't get. But, you know, they were kind of there. And Doctor Who wasn't collectible as much when I was a kid, because we were into the Tom Baker era, so the older stuff was like, who cares? And the stuff that I didn't buy on car boots when I was a kid and at jumble sales and charity shops, and I kick myself now for it, but anyway. Missing episode reconstructions with Crusades, the Storyteller, a special short film production to launch the set, PDF written archives, and exclusive booklet, which we can have a look at in a minute. It also features the old DVD in extras, including documentaries, featurettes, audio commentaries, updated special effects, isolated music scores, infotext, and much, much more. Starring William Hartnell, Caroline Ford, William Russell, Jacqueline Hill, and Maureen O'Brien. Didn't put Peter Purvis on there, which I think he should have been on there, because I think he's brilliant in this. I do like the artwork on the back there. That is pretty cool. I think that's the Dalek time machine. They don't call it a TARDIS, or they shouldn't call it a TARDIS. It'd be a DARDIS. I think they called it a DARDIS in one bit, but anyway. Yes, so we have Planet of the Giants, Dalek Invasion of Earth, The Rescue, The Romans, which is very humorous. I watched a bit of that. It is trying to be very humorous, but he gets some lines really wrong in it. The Web Planet, The Crusade, which I didn't watch yet, The Space Museum, which I have watched in the past but didn't watch this version, The Chase, which I watched years ago, and I've watched this one, and it does look better, I have to say. And of course the Time Meddler, which is brilliant. Oh, underneath there is a William Hartnell, but you can't really see it because it's got the word push in the middle of his face. Yes. So at this end we get, obviously this is supposed to be from Dalek Invasion Earth. Dalek kind of coming out of the water, not quite the right way, but remember, it's forbidden to dump bodies into the river. I do like this artwork. It's popped up on the back cover as well, but it's here, and it's also on the front of the booklet. There is also obviously the usual advertisement in there. Oh, let's just show you the interior of the TARDIS with its chairs and things, and I forget what that's called now, but it's in most of the episodes in this. I think they built a very expensive prop and then used it in a lot of episodes. The TARDIS console, which always tickles me, that it's always portrayed as grey, but it was actually kind of a green. If you watch the Pertwee era when it was in colour, they were using the same console, fewer modifications, but it is a very greeny colour, because with black and white, grey doesn't show as grey, it shows as kind of a white, so they painted it green, but it shows as grey. And also, when you're watching these now that it's better quality, you can see that the roundels at the back there is just a photograph. A very big blown up photograph. Yeah. So, we shall quickly pop that closed. There we go. Right, in the booklet we have as usual stuff. Interesting, the extras, audio commentaries, Arabic soundtracks, which sounds interesting. Info text, episode reconstructions. Planet of the Giant was made a 4-part story, but its last 2 episodes were consolidated that's what I was looking for, during editing to improve pacing. This special feature reconstructs the original episode, Crisis and the Urge to Live, making the reconstructions in conversation. And yeah, so there's no behind the sofa on there, or making of. Dalek Invasion Earth, obviously that's got a lot of extras on it, updated special effects from 2003 DVDs, audio commentary, enhanced soundtrack, info text, making of documentaries, behind the sofa, design featurette, script to screen, rehearsal film, Dalek voice featurette, Dalek trailer, now and then, to original filming locations, Caroline Ford interview, audio archive, DVD, disc, intro and Easter eggs. Coming soon, a trailer for Rescue and the Romans, and obviously some stuff about it. It is amazing to think that they filmed in London on a Sunday morning because it was quiet. Yeah. The Rescue, audio commentaries, info text, making of a documentary, behind the sofa, in conversation, the storyteller, HD photo gallery, PDF written archive. Nice photograph of some design work there. The Romans, audio commentary, info text, making of a documentary, behind the sofa, model featurette. That was kind of interesting. Dennis Spooner profile, Blue Peter, a Roman banquet reenactment broadcast in 1960 something. When was that? I'll give you a clue. Oh, 1973. Okay. I thought that might have been when this was made. The Web Planet, audio commentary, info text, making a documentary, behind the sofa, audio archive, studio clock, usual stuff. Some nice artwork there. She was the bad guy in Willow, wasn't she? I can't remember what her name was now. Hang on, it might say on here. No. Audio commentary, line with Bruce. No, doesn't mention. Anyway, I think I can't see. Scrolling down there. Can't see her name. Anyway. Space Museum, audio commentary, info text, defending the museum, collectible documentary, which is kind of interesting. There is some really cool stuff in that. BBC continuity and stuff, development, production, and after image. Yep. The Chase, audio commentary, info text, making a featurette, behind the sofa, Ian and Barbara featurette, Mechanoids featurette. Do you imagine they were going to replace the Daleks? That was the BBC's idea. If we can create something else, we don't have to pay Terry Nation. Daleks beyond the screen. Feature examining the Daleks' appearance outside of the television series, including the explosion of merchandise in the 1960s. Daleks conquer and destroy. A discussion of the endearing legacy of the Daleks. Give us a show slide. I would have loved one of them as a kid. I always wanted one of those, and I never got it. Just out of, you know, because they were cool. I now look at them and think it's just a torch with some green in front of it, but as a kid, it looked so cool. Yeah. And finally, if we can get to it, there's Mr. Peter Purvis. The Time Meddler, audio commentary, info text, behind the sofa, restoration featurette, etc. Lost 12 seconds. Season 2 documentary, that's quite interesting because it gives you a whole thing of the season. BBC repeat trailer and continuities. Coming soon, trailer for Galaxy 4. Now, trailer for Galaxy 4 was so good that if I look behind me, think how long ago I filmed that, which is probably a year, maybe longer. Still sat on the floor behind me. Yeah, that's how impressed with Galaxy 4 I was. Such bad animation, I'm sorry, but it was terrible. Yeah, so this, it's an interesting season. There's the photos from, used to send to the BBC for an autograph, and they used to send you one of those signed. I think I've got quite a few of these when I was a kid. I think I got somebody from Blue Peter when I was a kid. Just have interest, the more exciting products from Doctor Who. Nice advert for Big Finish there. I have to say, Big Finish, thank you so much for what you do, because you keep me entertained when I'm doing my driving job, because I listen to, don't let the boss know, but I listen to your audiobooks over and over and over again. So if anybody on here wants me to do reviews of them, let me know. I know one of you out there said it when I mentioned it previously, but yeah. Doctor Who Digital Comics. I saw these when I was in Smith's the other day. Can anybody tell me if it's any good? I'm kind of intrigued. I would probably buy it for the Switch. It looks more like a Switch kind of game. It was a demo box and I couldn't see what it looked like. Demon Quest full-length audio starring Tom Baker as a doctor. First time on limited edition vinyl. Okay. The Fires of Pompeii. With Eaters of Light. Okay. Can you escape the Doctor and save the future? Worlds of Wonder. Yep, the usual stuff in there. Doctor Who magazine. Wonders in the Fourth Dimension. It is forbidden to dump bodies into the river. Yeah. Oops. Got a bit of stuff stuck on the back of there. Yeah, so that is kind of it. Let me put these back in here. So would I recommend you buy this if you are a true Doctor Who fan and you want to see where it all started and have a, you know, a full collection of stories, then yes, definitely pick it up. It's not maybe going to be everybody's cup of tea, and there are going to be people out there that watch it and go, why did this end up being 60 odd years worth of televisual entertainment? But it's fun and it's interesting to see what TV was like back in the 60s and how we've, you know, moved on and now we've got the TV we've got now. I mean, there was a time, I think when this was put out, would there have been just two TV stations? Maybe 3? I remember when I was a kid there was only 3 TV stations and it was my job to get up and turn the telly over. Oh yes. I remember us getting a TV remote. That was a thing of wonder. Oh, I now have a TV remote that's solar powered. I just keep forgetting to leave it in the sun so it charges up. Anyway, so that is the end of this video. If you are new here, please hit the like, shares and subscribe buttons down there. Share the wealth, you know what it's like. Subscription is a great thing. It really helps the channel. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully we're going to have some action figure reviews coming soon. I'm waiting because we've got a postal strike going on here in the UK at the moment, and 3 items are sat in a post office somewhere waiting to be delivered. So fingers crossed they get here eventually. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And, well, we'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.